I caught a smile. Just don't get why there's no New York City or Brooklyn vloggers on YouTube. I just don't get it. I literally use YouTube to basically learn all the baby things. How come there's no one I can relate to? Especially when living in the city, you need such different products than you would be living in the suburbs or anywhere else. So I'm like, why isn't there one? And that's when I'm like, okay, maybe that's a niche that I'm going to fill. And not only for you guys and kind of showing products that I'm using and what is kind of easy for my lifestyle here in the city, but also for like memories and also looking back on this. So, I look back and I'm like, oh, this hair is just wild. I'm just gonna be like, because when you get to the certain point of 1 month baby taken care of, you're like, I just really don't care what my hair looks like, especially if you're staying in the house all day on maternity leave. I'm gonna try to make these vlogs also pretty short, not too crazy, because I feel like whenever I'm watching the YouTube vlogs that are like 20-30 minutes, I don't really care to sit there that long until I've actually really invested myself in their lifestyle. I'm gonna make sure that these vlogs are like maybe like 7-10 minutes the most. I'm mostly going to do products that I totally love and stand by, and then when we have kind of like moments when I go into the city with the first time with Babe, I would love to also vlog that. For all of this, I've been hugely obsessed with like beauty products and also skincare, hair care. I suck at makeup, but like, I do it, as in like my own face. I don't know. I like makeup, but I suck at it. Some of my old YouTube videos that I had back here in the past, but I figure now it's kind of like new me, turning 28 this year, got the baby in my life, and products that I use are completely different. And honestly, now that actually having a child, it's like the amount I used to buy in beauty products just feels like I don't even need it anymore. Like, this is my skin when I absolutely use nothing. Like, my beauty product regimen has been down to like moisturizer and cleanser, and I feel like it has looked the best. I'm talking to you guys while he's absolutely passed out. This has kind of been what my maternity leave has looked like, basically, hanging out in my apartment, and we're just feeding, changing diapers, sleeping, and maybe like 5 minutes of play. He's only 1 month old, so just kind of learning that new mother lifestyle. And before this, like, I literally never even hardly touched a newborn, which is kind of insane to even think that my life is completely different now. But before then, I was just like, nah, that's your baby. Let you figure that out. I'll figure it out when I'm my own. And another really good reason to start vlogging is because I'm really into very bougie Instagram influence products that I think would be really cool for me to show you guys and kind of talk about them with you in case if anyone's interested in it, and kind of just more of like the raw, unpaid. Seriously, I am nobody, so literally everything that I'm going to say is absolutely like unpaid, no promotions, and it's just like my own money that I decided to terribly throw down with thinking involved, but honestly I shouldn't have been doing. And I feel like therefore I can give you the most honest reviews on it if you're ever interested in it. I know that babies don't need much, and also babies need the bare essentials. When he was born, he was admitted to the NICU, and that's kind of where I learned in the NICU that really all he needs is just food, and diapers. But having your first baby is for you to make really dumb financial decisions and also want to try all of the products. Plus, this is my first round with babies, and I feel like I'm definitely not done. I'm going to be reusing a lot of these products for my second child whenever that does happen. Felt like if I was more on my last child, this would be dumb, but I know I'm not. I love pregnancy. The birth was interesting and fun and scary. So if I could, I would totally do it again, but we are going to be waiting. So I figured that would be a really good reason to start vlogging, is also to share my experiences with you guys, and also, like I said, fill that niche of that Brooklyn, New York City mom that just doesn't exist on YouTube, along with no promotions, completely raw, really low-key editing, and just being raw and honest with you guys, and also kind of creating a community, since a first-time mom here would love to gain more mothers. And I kind of feel like once you are a mother, and it starts when you're pregnant. Once you're pregnant, you literally have a bunch of people starting to come out of nowhere and just like be like an ear and like your guidance and your best friend. And it's like a community that you had no idea existed until you're basically accepted into it with pregnancy. Same thing, I work in the city and I work in retail, so whenever I'm there, it was like a whole other like group of people that we would just chat and talk with. So that's what I kind of want to develop here is, you know, anyone in the same age group or not, I want to kind of create that community. I really have him in the Snoo from the Happiest Baby. I let him basically do his stretches before he is completely strapped down. Like literally, if I could do this with one hand, I would, but I definitely need 2 hands for this one. I swear this bassinet is literally like in the future, basically like rocks and suits himself. I have to say this whole contraption, like look, this is where his arms are, is completely straight jackety, and especially for my dude, he really likes to stretch, and he likes to do, like he likes to stretch and he likes to basically, you know, flail around, but this kind of keeps him nice and safe. But I can tell that he obviously hates it, and sometimes he definitely gets out of the contraption, which is kind of annoying. But otherwise, this bassinet is great. I know we're not supposed to have any blankets or anything in here, but I figure this is pretty darn safe. So you just kind of keep that there to cover up the mesh in our cold room. And then also he spits up a lot, so of course we have that right near him. The Snoo's pretty good for like middle of the night when he's like going wild and you just literally want to go to bed. But like if you were to look on the Snoo Instagram account, they say that you'll get like 4, or like there's some people who literally have 6 hours of sleep when they're 1 month old, and we have to be waking them up every 4 hours to get fed. So I don't know if I truly think that's a great idea. My dude, he usually goes, the longest he's slept in this so far is 1 month old, is only close to 4 hours, like literally 3 hours and 50 minutes. The pediatrician said do not let them go any longer than 4 hours. So this does help a lot with like the rocking and soothing in the middle of the night. But it's not like if you're gonna get it because you think you're gonna sleep 8 hours through the newborn's first couple of months, it's really not what it's for. But I have to say it's pretty good to put him in there when you want to clean the house and kind of not worry about watching him while he's in there when he's sleeping. Put him in there, you know he's safe, you can walk away. And since I live in a Brooklyn apartment, I literally can hear him if I'm in the living room. Like there's no need for me to have baby monitors because I can literally hear everything that goes on in this apartment. Today I've been kind of putting him in there quite often only because I have guests coming, so I definitely need to clean without worrying about anything going on with him. So this bassinet is a ridiculous amount that you don't really need to pay because he's probably only going to be here for 4 to 6 months. But at the same time, when you're a first-time mother and you're just worried about SIDS and you're worried about literally everything, like the first night, I literally had him so close to my bed to get up with every single movement. So this bassinet is like a peace of mind, which is priceless for me anyways. And now that I'm getting more confident with being a mom, I feel like the transition from this to the crib will just be easier. Like going home and going straight to the crib and being is just, to me, scary. So this is like, was worth a peace of mind. And plus, if you pay attention, the Happiest Baby sometimes runs deals. Like we got this, I think like $500 off. You just have to pay attention to the deals that are going on. I'm assuming the next one might be like Labor Day and or maybe Black Friday. So if you're really thinking about it, I would wait to the deal. I would not buy it full price. Seeing if anyone on Craigslist near me was selling it, I was seeing anyone near Facebook near me was selling it. Especially since when you live in the city, you think that these people would be selling it because they're more bougie people, and we were right. But with this kind of thing, it goes so quickly. So I would definitely check there before you go ahead and buy it full price. Especially since they're probably only using it for 6 months anyway, so it's probably gently used stuff. And as you can tell, that was only 2 minutes of putting him down and he's already knocked out cold. And after he's done sleeping, my routine is normally to clean his bottles and then basically get ready to pump. I've been exclusively pumping. I've tried breastfeeding here and there, but that's like a complete different video to talk about. And that's even if we want to go down that route of wanting to talk about breastfeeding. He's down, I'm usually going to pump, so I'm getting ready for his next feed. For the first month I was doing, from 0 to 1 month, I was doing about every 2 hours, but now that he's 1 month feeding between 3 hours, I've been pumping 3 hours, and I see that I get more out of 3 hours than every 2 hours. Plus sanity is so much better when you're pumping 2 hours. So my cleaning get up, I love this. Really, I feel like you only need this and this, and like that's all you really truly need when it comes to your setup, especially if you live in a place with very small minimal storage, especially when this is my counter space and like that's it. I also love to use the Instant Pot for sterilization. It's funny, like pre-pregnancy I was all obsessed with like the most best Instagram influenced products, like especially Drunk Elephant. It was huge for me, but it's funny now that like I just want something simple. Like I've been totally loving the Cetaphil Daily Facial Moisturizer, mostly because it has the SPF 15, which not many of my moisturizers do have it. So I absolutely love this. And I like to mix it with my vitamin C serum, since I definitely think you need a vitamin C serum in your life. Quickly put this stuff on, and honestly, like when I'm home, I literally wear whatever. Like this is literally an oversized, shirt from my dudes, only because I feel like I don't want anything constricting, especially when you are pumping. You're mostly living in your hands-free bra, which is so annoying. Pumping is a discipline that you need to learn, and I'm just having a hard time getting into that groove of that discipline. Whenever I was vegan and gluten-free, my discipline was so good, and then it's kind of like after I got rid of that lifestyle of vegan and gluten-free, it's just everything is downhill. So I feel like with pumping, it's a discipline that I'm learning and fighting myself with, but knowing it's good. Just gonna put my vitamin C on, like literally, and most of the time I don't even put any of this on. Somewhat good day or a dry face day when you're like, all right, I need some sort of product. It's so funny when you have a kid, you're like, all right, I need the least amount of product, and I just need the product that's gonna get it done, and I don't care like what it is. The wave spray, but I like it more when your hair is dry. It kind of acts like a hairspray, a wavy curly hairspray that kind of brings out my curls more. If I were to brush this hair though, it would literally go flat. So the key is to brush your hair. If you have wavy hair, it's my key is like brush it in the shower and then just let it do its wild thing. Sad to say, but like this in like boy brow, and I'm like out to go out. Like there's no fuss. Am I really gonna want to take mascara off? No, I'm gonna be like dead asleep anyways. And it's kind of like I go home and I pump and I go to bed, and that's kind of it. Like, it's so funny. This is my OOTD, literally an oversized t-shirt. Therefore, I'm not completely naked in my apartment, and easy access to my pumping bra, because that's basically when you're on maternity leave, it's kind of what you do all day, at least what I do all day. Because I watch news over and over and over again and notice that each channel has different news stories, and I found out that one of the channels are better than the other because it doesn't repeat itself. Like, I've learned that I'm on maternity leave, and I've basically been hooked up to my pump. Like that, and then spending time with my baby. Almost over within a month, which I totally think is going to be a different challenge. Once that comes, I'm especially nervous about pumping and keeping my milk supply up when I go back to work. So it breaks my heart to even think about this, but I think I might be supplementing with formula, just because I don't know if I'll be able to keep up. I just don't know. Especially when with my commute and work, it is literally 11-hour day that I just don't know if I'll be able to do it. But I will stay positive and like again go back to discipline and just hope I can do it. But this is my first vlog and my first introduction to everything. I just kind of wanted to come in here, tell you what my real purpose was. It's just basically to share products, share the lifestyle, community, being raw, unedited, no promotions. And I just feel like there needs to be something like this out there in the YouTube world. And just short, quick, until it needs to be longer, kind of vlogs. So what you guys think, and let me know if you want to, anything else in this. It's going to evolve, and I'm going to try to get over my fear of like vlogging in public and getting my guy into this and just kind of creating memories and having it uploaded on YouTube. So it'd be something nice to look back on once he's older. Yeah, I remember my first month pumping problems, or my first time going into the city with a baby, or what's in my diaper bag and how did that evolve, and also like my beauty and mom things. First vlog, that's what it is. All right guys, I'll see you next time.